Great decorating is all about the details, including a gorgeous textured set of coasters. How we love a coaster. Functional. And why not be beautiful? Quince has a gorgeous set of woven rattan coasters in 3 terrific colors with their own little holder that you're going to absolutely love. And if you haven't visited quince.com/DTT yet, get on over there. It's everyday elevated living without the markup. From crisp 100% linen bedding and soft organic cotton towels to airy curtains and premium kitchen tools designed for everyday use. And the best part? Like Quince's clothing, their home goods are half the cost of similar brands. By partnering with top artisans, Quince cuts out the cost of the middleman and passes the savings on to us. And Quince only works with factories that use safe, ethical, and responsible manufacturing practices and premium fabrics and finishes. Elevate your space with home essentials from Quince. Go to quince.com/DTT for free shipping on your order and 365-day returns. That's Quince, QUINCE.com/DTT to get free shipping and 365-day returns. Quince.com/DTT. Hear us roar. Hey everybody, this is Kelly Wilkness here with Anita Joyce, and this is Decorating Tips and Tricks. Today, how to use animal prints to roaring success in your decor. Sorry, we couldn't resist.
One of us couldn't resist.
Irresistible. It's a bold move, but you should all try it.
Oh, I've always loved animal prints. And, they're such a classic. So why not? But as things went toward the grays, it seemed like most of them were very warm colors, and they really fell out of favor for a while. Did you notice that?
I think that you're absolutely right. When everything got very gray, animal prints were not popping like they had been in the past. But now that we're introducing a lot more color, I think animal prints are back. They've always been here. It's one of those classic things, like the white kitchen. Animal prints are never going to go out of fashion. They're always going to look good. They are timeless. You can consider them a neutral, but they were not being seen as much. I totally agree. So they're whimsical, they're fun, and they're sophisticated all in one. I mean, what else could you ask for? It's such a great zing to add to your decor.
I so agree with you. They're really beautiful. Absolutely. They're a classic. And, they are referred to as a neutral, which I always thought was strange. But a lot of times they do go with a lot of different patterns, with the caveat that we've already kind of hinted around. And that is, if you have cool colors, you'll want to go with the cooler colored animal prints. But if you have the warm colors in your home, you can go with the more traditional animal prints.
So if someone says animal print to you, and do you automatically think sort of browns and blacks and even oranges? If that's what you conjure in your mind, expand your thought process a little bit with regard to animal prints, because they can come in all different colors, greens and pinks and things like that. So it can be the pattern, but the colors are different. And getting too close to the Tony the Tiger style animal print is going to be something I want you to avoid. There are some out there that just look, just like too animally print, almost like cartoonish or like a stuffed animal. You don't want that.
So true. And another thing I think you want to really avoid is overusing them. I think used in moderation, they add a real touch of class to a room. But when the whole thing looks like a jungle and something's getting ready to jump out and bite you, that's over the top. So don't go there. It really turns tacky quickly.
Yes. So use animal prints judiciously, but definitely use them, and don't be afraid to mix them in. They don't have to, air quotes, go. It doesn't all have to be matchy-matchy. They can really create that tension in a collection of pillows or in some other ways. It's not just for pillows or for textiles, and we'll talk about that too. And I want you to learn your prints or your hides, be able to tell a cat from a zebra. That's pretty easy, but can you tell an ocelot from a cougar? Maybe not. So have a look around because there are a lot, and they might not even be named properly, but there's a lot of different prints or patterns out there. I tend to like the ones that are a little bit on the smaller scale. Like I'm not a big zebra fan.
Right.
And of course, we're not talking about real zebras and we're not talking about real cougars and things like that. So we're talking about fabrics or something printed on a piece of decor that mimics that look. I really like the smaller ones. I think they're easier to work with. And if you think about a smaller, like an ocelot or a panther print or something like that, you can almost think about it like a mid-sized pattern, like a paisley or something like that. And that's how you can mix it in with other pillows, other fabrics.
Well, and what about a shagreen, which is kind of the faux shark skin? So that's not going to be typically on a pillow. It's not typically a fabric, but you would see that on a coffee table or on coasters or something that's a hard surface. So we're not just talking about textiles here.
Oh, yeah. And Serena and Lily has nightstands covered in that. Oh, they're gorgeous. I'm not sure. You'd probably have to use a coaster on them. So,
well, I have a shagreen coffee table, and you don't have to use a coaster.
You don't?
Mine.
Really?
No, I will not make you use one if you come to my house.
Wow. See, I would immediately think, not having that in my house, I would immediately think it would leave a ring. But, oh, that's good to know. See, you learn something all the time when you listen to DTT.
And Oka has a lot of shagreen as well.
You love that Oka.
I do. They have some really
too.
Beautiful things.
Yeah. And I think Anita might have mentioned this too. You don't want to go overboard, but you also don't want to be too matchy-matchy. So not too many things in the same animal print, and I wouldn't mix too many different animal prints. In fact, I would probably pick one in a room and go with it rather than having 3 different animal prints in one room. I think that would be a little bit too feeling like you're out on the Serengeti. So take it easy. Pick one that you really like. And yeah, the whole out of Africa thing, you want to avoid that.
Well, on a side note, do you have any animal print shoes?
Of course I do. And I love them.
I have several.
Me too. And my favorite pair of heels are animal print. Love them.
Yeah, I even have some that are giraffe.
Wow.
So, yeah, not real giraffe, but yeah, faux giraffe.
Not real giraffe,
Pretty
right?
Cool. Yeah.
You must feel tall when you wear the giraffe
I
shoes.
do.
So definitely mix in other patterns with your animal prints. And as we said before, it doesn't have to match. And there's going to be a link in the show notes to this beautiful, fun, whimsical, yet sophisticated cottage in Australia, a woman or designer named Anna Spiros, and it's her Brisbane cottage. So check it out. You see how Anna uses animal prints with bold color, with other bold patterns, and just sort of tosses it on the sofa and looks fantastic.
Yes, it was a beautiful, beautiful house. And you can even look online. There's so many beautiful pictures of homes that are using animal prints. They're really all over the internet, and you'll enjoy going down that rabbit hole.
Rabbit? I didn't even think about No rabbits. No rabbits harmed here.
No.
Okay. And definitely go beyond the pillows. Oh, different accessories. So faux hides are wonderful, and other rugs that come in a pattern that's an animal print. Ballard has great animal print wool and synthetic rugs.
Beautiful.
Yeah, one that I really love is the Celine cheetah rug. It comes in grays, browns, and blues. And I think it's on sale now, but it might not be when you're listening. But it's a really great price for the rug. They run from like $79 up to $800, depending on the size. I did order swatches of this, and I was a little bummed the way it came, but I understand what they did. So they don't really give you a piece of the rug so you can see the pattern. They send you a swatch of it with lines, fairly thick, like maybe an inch of the different colors that's in the rug. And then on the back, they show you a picture of the design.
So this is actually a card that you get? Or is it fabric?
It's actually a piece of the rug. But I mean, it's a piece of rug, but it's not the rug because it's not the pattern. They've just sort of pulled out the colors and then they send it to you that way. But I would definitely recommend, if you're interested in this rug or anything, if you can get a swatch of it, order it.
For sure. Well, that was actually one of my picks, was that same rug.
Oh, that's funny.
Well, and they have more than one animal print rug, but it's interesting that we both chose the same one. So we'll see. We may have all the same items today. So we'll see.
Well, I find that Ballard has a lot of animal print. And, what do you go to Ballard for? So traditional, classics, timeless, and sophisticated items. So it makes sense that they do have a lot of animal print things. I think they have that antelope rug too, which again, not real antelope. So, we'll keep saying it, but it's true. So they're not selling antelope rugs there, but I think that one might be wool, and you see that one a lot. And then they have one that's a little bit, it's spotty. It gives the vibe of being an animal print, but it's probably not based on an actual animal hide pattern. But they're all really beautiful. The rug that I absolutely love, that I have in my bedroom, and I have had in a couple of different places in my house, but I'm really happy with it in the bedroom, is the faux hide cheetah rug from Aaron Gates. And you can get that in various places, but I got mine from Amazon, so I'll link the Amazon rug in the show notes. It's a beautiful rug. It's washable. I just chuck it in the washing machine. I do it alone. Maybe I'll throw a towel in with it, but I wouldn't put, all your clothes in there with it because it needs a little room. But it is a nice size rug. It's like 5 feet by 8 inches. And then, because it's an organic shape, maybe 7 by something going the other way. I've had it for many years. I've had to wash it a few times because maybe there was an accident on it. But otherwise, I just wash it every maybe month or so just for regular maintenance. Comes out really nicely, doesn't lose any of its faux fur, and it's a low pile. So I highly recommend that one if you just need a little pop or something under your coffee table. I love what it does in my bedroom because I have a lot of traditional pieces in the bedroom, and it just kind of sets it off a little bit and creates a little bit of that tension that we love.
I so agree. I think that's a fabulous place to add animal print, is in a rug. I love having a rug with just a couple of colors. So I think that is a fabulous idea. And a place that you don't often see an animal print is on a plate. But I love my plates. So I found some leopard print accent plates at Ballard Designs, and they come in cornflower, which is a blue, or natural, which is kind of the more toward the browns. And it's a set of 4. These can be mixed with other things as well. So if you have some other patterns, a lot of times they will mix well, especially if they're solid colors, with these animal print plates. So this would be a great plate that you could use to layer with some other plates and create a beautiful table setting for a party.
Oh, I absolutely love that. And even if you were using just super traditional plates, I think that they could work with the animal print or something, a lot of floral, something with a lot of color. Or what I was picturing while you were talking about it is a tartan with like a tartan tablecloth with the animal print. I love that
that's
together.
That's a great idea.
Yeah, wouldn't that be pretty?
Oh my gosh, so gorgeous.
Hey, we'll be right back with the rest of the show, but keep listening so we can continue bringing you DTT. So have you tried Dupe yet? If you haven't, come on, dupe.com. It is going to be your new shopping best friend. And it's not just for furniture. I know I've shared with you about my coffee table dupe, but you can save money with Dupe on fashion, shoes, jewelry, and more. I just used Dupe to find an absolute perfect twin of this t-shirt that I wanted. It was an $80 t-shirt. I was not going to pay $80 for a t-shirt. Dupe helped me find the twin, like maybe the exact same shirt. Find something you love, and then you can find replicas, twins, and maybe the exact thing for so much less. Give Dupe a try today. It is really so easy to use. You just type dupe.com// before any product URL in your browser, and voila, it instantly finds you less expensive alternatives. They even have an app and a browser extension you can download. No account is required. No sign up is required. It is completely free. I know, can you believe it? But it is completely free to use. Stop wasting money on brand names and start saving with dupe.com today. And you just don't have to think about cats or zebras or giraffes. What about the tortoise? That has something distinctive on its shell, right? That is sort of an animal print in of itself. So I love tortoise shell. It has a lot of movement to it. It's a really nice warm tones. Most of the time you'll see it in sort of the browns, but I've seen it also depicted in sort of like murkier, moodier greens or deeper colors, like maybe even edging towards like an ebony or something like that. So tortoiseshell, think about different decor accessories that you might find in tortoiseshell. A tray could be great in tortoiseshell. Coasters could be great. And I found this beautiful tortoiseshell vase. Now, when I say tortoiseshell, it's the impression of tortoiseshell. It's made of glass and it's a nice size. It's chunky, low, 8x8x8. And I think it would be absolutely stunning center of a table or on your mantle or your coffee table. It makes a real statement. I like to have a vase too where you can't necessarily see the stems. So the stems would be obscured by the tortoiseshell design. It's really beautiful. Link it in the show notes. Have a look.
Well, and I've seen some beautiful tortoiseshell glass pitchers and bar glasses.
Yeah.
I think they look so classy and, again, always in style, always beautiful. I think it's a great look. So I'm loving the printed lampshades. I think you've been seeing them everywhere too, right? Mm-hmm. So why not a blue and white leopard lampshade? I found some drum lampshades with the blue and white leopard print at Ballard Designs, but I noticed they actually have quite a few leopard print styles to choose from in different colors and different shapes, and actually a couple of different patterns. They were all so beautiful, and I'm thinking, it may be time for a shade refresh at my house.
Oh, I found those too. I was laughing to myself when you said about them at Ballard. Because I was on Ballard looking for this rug, and when I put in animal print, all these fun things came up. So yeah, they have the pleated fabric lampshades that we have been thinking about and seeing everywhere. The ones I saw have come in all different colors, and I think the pattern I saw was lynx, and it blue, green, pink. So you don't necessarily have to think about animal prints in those more browns and oranges and golds. I mean, I would just think about it as a pattern, not necessarily as that particular set of colors, right? Because you could get one of these lampshades in pink. You could do something else in maybe a green, and it would be like a Lily Pulitzer tossed in with some animal print. So you do not have to have it in those browns and more neutral colors. Another one that I found at Ballard was a chandelier shade. Now, I'm not always a fan of those chandelier shades because I think that they do date a lot of fixtures. So I say to clients, I mean, we've said during consults, Anita and I have said, hey, just take those off and see what the chandelier looks like without the chandelier shade. But this particular chandelier shade, and it was on clearance when I took a look, it's the linen drum chandelier shade in an animal print. And this is a true browns and blacks animal print. Absolutely gorgeous, and a little drum shade. So the drum shape will modernize your fixture a little bit if you've got something on there that's a little bit more empire shaped, and the animal print will definitely jazz it up. So that would be one that I could probably get behind as to adding that to a chandelier.
If it's a really cool shade, then I think it might really kind of pump it up a notch. But you do have to be careful with those. Sometimes they do date them. So I think that's a great idea to try that. And one of my favorite animal prints in my house that my family fights over in the winter, not now, is the snow leopard print throw that I have. It's very heavy. It's very warm. When we had the ice freeze in Houston a few years ago and the house, and inside the house, it was 40 degrees because they cut off our power and everyone else's for that matter. Yeah, we were fighting over it. I think we were all like grabbing a corner of it and trying to get under it. So I found something very similar because that one is no longer available. Of course, that was a long time ago.
Not? Oh,
well, it was a long time ago, but I found something similar. It's a wolf gray faux fur throw. Try to say that quickly. And it comes in several different colors, and the price does vary depending on which one you choose. These are at Oka, and they are on sale right now. So I think go check those out. You're not going to want them for the summer, but when the fall comes, when the winter comes, you might really enjoy those.
Yeah. And that's why you can get it on sale now because everybody's getting a little hot for that.
Exactly.
Okay. There is one pillow at Ballard. Now, you know we love Ballard, but there is one pillow and they've had it for years. I think the thing about Ballard too is when they have something that's a good seller, they just keep it. They don't rotate it out. And that's fine because it's good to know you can go back for this, but I wouldn't go back for this one. It's their Serengeti pillow, and their Serengeti pillow it tips too far into the Tony the Tiger, for me anyway, too far into that, almost like a caricature of an animal print. It's just too much.
Too gold.
Too gold and too black, and just kind of looks a little Vegas-y. I don't know. I don't like it at all. And when I have looked for animal print fabrics or pillows in the past for myself or for clients, it comes up all the time. So I've seen this pillow for years. And if anybody has it and you love it, I'm glad you love it. That's okay. This is just my opinion. I would pass that one by. That is not the look that I want to be going for. Two fabrics that I absolutely love that are animal prints are the Schumacher Iconic Leopard. Here's another one that comes in a myriad of colors. It runs from the ebony and the natural to fuchsias and greens. So you can truly have animal print anywhere, even in a green and pink sunroom, if you use the Schumacher Iconic Leopard. And you can get samples of that from Decorator's Best, and they send the nice big samples that we've talked about before. It also comes in wallpaper. I mean, how fun would that be in a powder room or someplace? I just love it. So I have that sitting right in front of me. I have it right in the graphite, and then I also have it in the one that has more of the linen background, which I think is the ebony and natural. It's a really great fabric. And then this other fabric I got a few weeks ago for myself, but I might end up using it at clients too. It's Scalamandri Panthera Velvet in smoke. And this comes in a variety of colors too. And oh my gosh, I'm touching it right now. It feels so good. You know, the velvet, but it's raised in areas. And that's kind of how that Ballard Celine rug is that we love. But you know what? You would not necessarily maybe off the top of your head say, oh, wow, that's going to look great with a chintz. But this blows my mind next to the Pine Hollyhock Schumacher chintz print, which is my fave all-time fabric. It looks so good with that. And then maybe I would put it with a solid. So pull in maybe a gray or something like that. So I have the charcoal Pine Hollyhock with the Panthera Velvet in smoke. Check it out, my friends. That is quite a combo.
Wow, that sounds fabulous. Really, my favorite blanket I have is a blue and white cheetah blanket I got from Soft Surroundings years ago, and I tried to find it. Of course, it sold out a long time ago. I looked for something similar everywhere. I couldn't find it, but it is one of my favorite blankets. I think it's just beautiful. And honestly, I think I'd be happy just using that as a bedspread. It's so pretty. But it's kind of like you said, it's got a raised pattern. It's not just a flat print. It is woven into the material. Now, I did find some fabric that it's kind of a pink version of it. It's a smaller print, and I needed some pink pillows, and so I found this on Etsy. I'll include the link, but you can have this pillow made to whatever size you want, and I got a couple of them, and it's really pretty and soft, and I'm enjoying it in my living room. I think it's going very well with the blues.
Oh, beautiful. Oh, I want to see some pics of that. Anita, do you have something else?
Well, I do. I've mentioned these before, but I'm going to bring them up again because I love them so much. And they do fit into our topic today. And that is the gray and ivory leopard print towel at World Market. So it's a really good bargain. It's a woven print, really pretty. And this is kind of more the traditional, I guess, leopard print, but it's got kind of a cream background. I think that is well worth the money. I've been using those a lot, and they're holding up very well. And I found one other really charming item, a cheetah print armless chair that has tons and tons of reviews that I think would be beautiful. It's a slipper chair. It does not have arms. And I think that would be so lovely, and it looks very comfortable for a bedroom.
Oh, a chair. That's great. Oh, a piece of furniture. And I love it. And that's a great piece of furniture to have in an animal print. Like, I don't really think I'd want an entire animal print sofa, but a slipper chair, perfect.
Yeah, or maybe a dining room chair with just that on the seat, I think would be fun.
So fun. Okay, what are we defining today?
We're defining elevation, and that is a drawing that shows the front or side of something like a house. So a floor plan, as you know, is going to show the space from above. So it's like you're looking down from maybe the ceiling, and it really shows you the layout and, the flow from one room to the other. It shows you where the windows are. It shows you the doors, and that's the overhead. But the elevation is really showing you the exterior. So typically, if you had an elevation drawn of your home, you would have it, or, if you were building it, you would see the elevation, the front of the home, you would see the sides of the home, and the back of the home. And that is what an elevation drawing is.
That is a very good thing to know. You're giving us such great concrete info for so many things.
Well, if for someone who's had a house built, they know what this is. But if you're new to decor and building and all this stuff, it might be a new term.
So my crush today is in keeping with the topic. I found this little item, and I got one for myself. It's so adorable. So it's a little catch tray. There are two sizes, 4 and maybe 1/4 and 5 1/4 or something like that. It's a leopard print on the inside and vegan leather on the outside. And then it's kind of got, like the corners are pinched with a nice little brass button, if you will, that goes through. So kind of pinched on the corners, and then the inside is the leopard print. So I think it would be great in your entry to toss your keys into, something like that. I got it for my desk so I can put, some paper clips and things like that in it, just to sort of catch little items that can go astray in a very stylish way.
Ooh, that sounds so nice. I love how you're on topic.
Well, it was sort of by accident. And I thought, how perfect. $9 for the smaller size and $12 for the bigger one.
So my crush is a home that I would love to buy at $27 million. It's a little outside my range. Just a little.
Wow, we went from $9 to $27 million.
Yeah. But it's actually an article in houseandgarden.co.uk. Remember Miranda Priestley in The Devil Wears Prada? I don't know if you remember her townhouse.
I do, yes.
It was so stunning. Well, this is the house that I guess they filmed it in, and the outside is so stunning. And so it is now on the market, and that's what it's going to cost you to buy it. It's in New York City, but the staircases are stunning. The moldings are amazing. Lots of detail and a gorgeous little balcony. So much detail. And although I don't think any of us are going to buy it, you'll enjoy going to look at it.
Well, if you do buy it, I want whoever buys it to hire us to be your, because I'm sure you want to tweak it and make it your own. So we would want to be your decorators for sure. That's so funny that you mentioned that movie, because I was just listening to a podcast and they were interviewing Stanley Tucci. And remember, he was in Devil Wears Prada.
Yes,
he was excellent in there. Yeah. And they were talking more about his, his whole thing, because he's done those food shows and Finding Italy and all of that. So I was thinking about that movie over the weekend.
Well, he was in Julia.
Yes, he was. Yes, he's Julia's husband there.
Yes, Paul.
Wow. Well, I have to go check that out. I love a home tour. Oh, don't I just love a home tour?
Oh, it's just, it's perfection. It really is beautiful. And wow, this has been fun. That's right, a walk on the wild side today. Okay.
We're just really
that was my turn.
hammering that home. Oh my gosh. We'll be on the prowl for our next topic.
Okay. Well, thanks so much for hanging out with us. And remember, we're here to inspire you to create a beautiful home. Until next time.
Want to talk to us? Well, we really want to talk to you. So let's schedule a design consult. Anita and I are here to give you individualized, actionable advice on how to create the beautiful home you want and deserve. It's so easy to schedule a design consult with us. Simply click the link in the show notes or head to decoratingtipsandtricks.com/consult. When we talk to you on the scheduled time, we will be ready with so many great tips, advice, and yes, tricks. So sign up today for a design consult. We can't wait to talk to you.